Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to One Strange Adventure. Welcome to the next video. And in today's video, we are going to talk about why RV life is getting insane. All right, I'm traveling from Florida to Indiana, about 900 miles. I'm gonna do this over the course of 3 days. Over the course of these 3 days, I'm gonna document how much it cost me to go. I'm gonna be staying one night in each place, and I have 3 stops. My first stop today will be at a Love's, and I have to fill up before I go. I already did that. It was about $201 to fill the truck up. But yeah, it's getting expensive. Not only that, is it's driving up the cost of food, everything like that. So what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to document how much it costs driving all the way up, and I'll go over the details. Now, I know RV life expenses are different for everybody depending on the truck, the RV, all your other stuff, your insurances, things like that. So I'm just going to focus on what could possibly be the same, which is like food, gas, or fuel, and DEF. I'm also going to stop at the Love's truck stop scale, because we're taking this back to Indiana. We have basically emptied the rig, and I'm just curious to know what it weighs now. I haven't weighed it since we got the F450, and I'm curious to know what the F450 weighs as well. So I'm going to put that in today's video as well. All right, without further ado, let's get this video going. Just to kind of show you guys how empty this thing really is. I've got myself one plate, one fork, a spatula, and a knife. That's my kit all the way up to Indiana. Nothing. I've got a few things up here, some paper towels, some extra toilet paper, gotta have salt and pepper, and 1 cup. And then I got stuff down here for coffee. And that's basically it in the entire rig. We're dropping the rig off. We're gonna have some maintenance done, but they're gonna have it for a little while, and there's a lot of stuff that we wanted to keep with us. So we just decided it would be a good time to kind of empty the rig and reset. So that's why it's empty. But it was the first night. I'm in Good Hope, Alabama, at the Love Stop. I went from Pensacola up 65 through Montgomery, through Birmingham, and got to Good Hope, Alabama. Now this Love's RV stop is pretty nice, but I have noticed something with the Love's. One, it's costing me $75 a night now. And that's crazy because last year it was like $45 when I first started. Now it's $75 a night. So add that to the total. I did stop at a rest area. I spent like $4 on a drink, some water, and a bag of chips. You know, those vending machines get you. So that's pretty much all I spent. And then last night I got to Love's and I went in for dinner because they have a McDonald's and a Subway here. Not my first options, but I didn't feel like driving anywhere after driving all day. So I spent $15 there. So that brings me to the present. I'm so used to having Cindy with me and saying we. It's not we right now, it's just me. And she went to Virginia with the dogs and with the kids to stay over summer break at her mom's house. I will be meeting them there as soon as I get to Elkhart and drop the rig off. So that's why I'm alone. I am soloing it for 900 miles at 3 different stops. So my first stop is Love's at Good Hope, which is where I'm at now. I'm going to be leaving in a little while, dump my tank, and then go weigh the RV before heading out. I did fill up last night when I got here, and I will put those figures on the screen right now because I can't exactly remember. I think it was like $160, $170. However, the Open Roads app took diesel from 564 to 448. That's crazy. So if you don't have an Open Roads and you're still traveling, you should get one because it saves you a lot of money. The one downside is I don't think you can connect it to a credit card. It has to be a debit card. So if you want to get the rewards points, I don't think you can do that. But they may have updated it. Anyways, some things I noticed about this Love's. And it's happened twice now. So our battery system is set on split phase, and when you get here it says 50 amp. However, it will only push current through one leg of my system. My system does not recognize it as a 50 amp split phase setup. And so I'm wondering, do they just run the same leg to each of the pedestal? And so it's not in a true split phase. You're not getting 240, you're getting 120, the same 120 twice. And my RV will not take it on the second leg. So it's like I've connected to a 30 amp, except I can just pull a little bit more out of that one leg. So that's the first thing I noticed. The second thing I noticed at this one is there's no dump station at the RV site. And I don't know that that was on the website. I can't really recall. I'm gonna go back and look. There is a dump station on site, but it's not a full hookup at your site. The third thing is that there was actually somebody in my site when I got here, which was fine. I had to call the manager, get them to come out and get somebody to move because I needed a site for the night. And the water spigot, when you turn it on, there's this like big piece on the bottom, and it starts spewing out water. Well, once that water starts coming out, you pull it down, and it basically turns it to where it'll go through the hose. I didn't know that, so that was fun to figure out. We're gonna get going. Like I said, I'm gonna document all of my expenses throughout this trip. That includes actually staying at some at 1,000 trails. So I kind of lined it up where I stayed at 2,000 trails, which are technically free for the night. However, I'm spending monthly on a membership. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate what that's actually costing me per night to stay there. And then I head up to Grand Design. And after I drop the rig, I'm going to stay in Elkhart for one night. So that's a hotel room. And then I'm heading to Virginia. So that's even more fuel. So I will be sure to document all of that in this video and let you know exactly how much it costs at the end of the video. I can't wait to see it. All right, just finished dumping, and now I'm gonna go back and weigh this thing and see where we're at. All right, before I left the Loves this morning, I went ahead and just weighed the RV, and I pulled up so that the truck was on one pad and the RV and the legs of the RV would be on the second pad. So it's all in one. I don't technically have a steer and drive axle of the truck. But the truck on the first weigh with the RV on it or attached was 14,580. And then I lifted the RV up so that it relieved the pressure off the back of the truck, and all of the weight of the trailer was on the back pads. And that came out to 9,740 on the truck. So that's a difference of 4,840. So we have a pin weight of 4,840 with nothing in it. And the rig itself is at 20,000 pounds. It's a heavy rig. I'm gonna go ahead and get going, and I'm gonna meet a friend today, and then we're gonna go have some lunch. Oh, by the way, cost-wise, it was like $15 and some change to weigh it the first time. And then don't press first weigh, press reweigh, and it costs $5. So that was like $21 to weigh the RV twice. So added to the list. Got a little tab up here going, so we'll see what it looks like when I'm done. All right, let's go. If I had to give you one piece of advice about saving money as an RVer, it would be to stay out of this place. What's going on, everyone? Today is day 3. Day 1 was Pensacola to Good Hope, Alabama. Stayed at the Loves. Day 2, Loves to Diamond Caverns RV Resort. and that is in Mammoth Cave National Park. It is 1,000 trails, so I didn't have to technically pay anything to stay here tonight other than my monthly dues. So I'll tell you how much that costs. And I was able to get here on a tank of fuel, so that didn't cost me anything yesterday. And I went out to eat for lunch. I actually met a friend along the way that lives in the Nashville area. Ended up paying for my lunch. I didn't have to cover that either. So yesterday was a pretty good day for spending wise, but it's going to make up for it today because we're going to hook up now, and then we're going to head to the Loves and fill up. And I have to fill up on fuel and DEF because the thing is beeping at me again. The HO motors of the 2024, 2023 plus F Super Duties just drinks DEF when it's towing. So it's yelling at me already. I have 3/4 of a tank left and it's already giving me the alert. Yep. All right. Already had breakfast, hooking up, ready to go. All right. So day 3 of this solo trip from Pensacola to Elkhart is in the books. I had to stop at a Love's today. I got fuel, I got DEF, and I got a few snacks. I think it cost me $12 inside, and it cost me a whole lot more on the outside. But as I was coming up, I got into Indiana. I went through Louisville, Kentucky. You get into Indiana, and I saw Love's there. The price was $6.60 a gallon. That is horrible. The Love's I went to was at $5.60 something. I forget exactly what it was. And with the Open Roads app, I got it for $5.22 a gallon. So I'll tell you what the final cost is once we get the invoice. All right, well, that does it for today. I'm going to run to like Taco Bell or something, just something cheap, easy. I'm running out of food in the refrigerator because we emptied everything. And I've been trying to like make meals out of what we have left so we're not wasting food, but it's getting pretty scarce. So I'm going to run and grab some food. And I'll tell you how much that cost me because I want to keep track of all of the expenses. I am now in Indian Lakes RV Resort, which is another 1,000 trails. So technically still part of the 1,000 trails. Tomorrow I leave here and I head up to Elkhart, and I'm going to be staying at the Grand Design campground for the weekend. And yeah, so that would conclude how much it costs to actually travel from Pensacola to Elkhart. So I'll give you those totals after tomorrow. Day 4. Yeah, day 4. I don't even know where I'm at anymore. I've just been driving every day. So day 4, headed to the Grand Design campgrounds. Last night, went to dinner, had some Mexican at a local Mexican place. Very good. I'm in Batesville, Indiana, by the way. I think it's called Toro's. Just to eat. I mean, you spend the same thing at McDonald's, so might as well go get a good meal. And then I got a haircut, so, you know, had to look fresh. Not really. That was $30. $30 for a haircut. So I'm adding that into the price too. This morning, it's raining. There's a storm. It's going to be done until 2 o'clock. So I can't wait that long. So I'm just going to go ahead and get going. And then first thing I have to do is stop at Love's and spend more money because I need fuel. Always. And then it's off to Grand Design, about a 3.5 hour drive from there. And I'll update you when we get there. All right, so we dropped the rig off in Elkhart. I have a few more transactions that I'm going to update you guys on, but I don't remember all of them, so I have my notes here. All right, had to go to the Loves to do the dump station before I dropped it off at Grand Design. That was $10. Had to stay one night in a hotel, and that was $85. Then I ate breakfast the next morning at IHOP. That was $20.53. After that, you can't go to Elkhart without going to Rise and Roll. So I spent $33.12. I think my family would have disowned me if I came back without those donuts, for sure. And then finally, the Easy Pass, because I'm going all the way back to Richmond, Virginia. I had to reload that thing because I'm going straight down the Indiana Turnpike to the Ohio Turnpike to the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and it's nothing but toll. So that was another $30. And then I needed a coffee because that's a long drive, so $3.09. That makes my grand total for this trip $1,136.98. That's nuts. Just go from Pensacola to Elkhart. It's almost $1,200. That's a lot of money. Traveling has gotten more and more expensive over the years. When we first started 5 years ago, it was nowhere near the cost to be able to travel around this country. And it's a shame because it will price some people out from being able to experience some of this stuff. But if you want to RV, it's kind of what you got to deal with now. There are things like open roads, like I mentioned, that will help you guys out, help save some money along the way. Not eating out, obviously buying some groceries. I didn't want to buy stuff and then waste it and have to throw it away before I gave the rig over to Grand Design. And I didn't have a whole lot of like utensils or anything like that, so I just ended up having to eat out. So all right, well, there you go. That's how much it costs to get from Pensacola to Elkhart. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you really like it, make sure you subscribe. Till the next strange adventure, keep making your own.